Hi guys, my name is Vladi, and I'd like to share with you a very simple technique on how to overcome social anxiety disorder. I've used this method in my own life personally, and it has helped me the most out of every other technique that I have tried, and I tried a lot of them. It's something that you can implement in your own life if you're struggling with social anxiety, and you can start seeing results immediately. Now, before I tell you about the actual technique, it's best that we review what actually causes social anxiety and clear out some of the misconceptions because it will help you understand the technique a lot better, and there's a lot higher chance that you're gonna apply this technique in your own life. So, what causes social anxiety? Well, there's really three main things that causes it. It's number one, negative thoughts. Number two, the fear of social anxiety feelings, like the when you experience the anxiety and you're just dreading those feelings, you're trying to suppress them. And number three is lack of social skills. So let me go over each one of those points and explain them in detail. First of all, the negative thoughts. Negative thoughts is how we actually program ourselves to experience social anxiety in the first place, because we start to think all these kinds of negative maladaptive thoughts of us being inadequate, lacking social skills, looking awkward, looking we just criticize ourselves so much, and we start thinking that other people are doing the same. They're judging and criticizing us, and as a result we start, thoughts lead to feelings, and we create our own reality with thoughts. So when we constantly program ourselves with these negative thoughts, they materialize as feelings later on in social situations. Okay, so now let me talk about social skills. I mean, when you experience social anxiety, you are a lot more likely to avoid social situations. You're a lot less likely to go out and be around people or anywhere, like going out shopping can be a chore, and you end up isolating yourself from the society, and you may fall into the routine lifestyle where you're just sitting at home and going to work, and you're not motivated to go outside of your comfort zone, and so therefore you're not practicing any social skills. And for people like us with social anxiety and lack of social skills, when these kinds of skills don't come naturally, or we have lost the ability temporarily to socialize with other people, then we need to practice social skills, and we need to implement the techniques, uh, and constantly practice to hone those social skills. So that's number two reason. And the final reason, and this is the one where a lot of people have a misconception. People say, I'm afraid of public speaking, I'm afraid of talking to people in a group, I'm afraid of whatever social situation there is. Well, it's not really a situation that we dread. It's really the feelings of anxiety that that situation brings. If you think about it, when you feel awkward after you've done something out of place in a social situation, there's just this feeling of anxiety, and you're like, oh my god, why did I do that? Why? Oh, I'm such an idiot. Like, how could I have done this? I'm such a loser. You start experiencing those feelings of anxiety, and they're very uncomfortable, and you try to like make them go away by thinking about something else. But those are imagine a situation where you would be in the same place, for example, public speaking, and instead of feeling all these feelings of anxiety, you felt happiness, love, and joy by being in that moment. Well, you wouldn't be dreading that situation anymore, would you? That's why I wanted to make it clear that like we're actually dreading the feelings of anxiety themselves and not the situations that we're in. So now that we know what causes social anxiety, and I have made it pretty clear that that we are actually afraid of the feelings themselves, and we're dreading those feelings because they feel uncomfortable, and not the social situations. I'm finally ready to tell you guys what the technique is. Okay, so it's based on the mindful meditation practice, and when you meditate, when you sit down and focus on your breathing, you are accepting whatever feelings and thoughts that come to mind, and you learn to be okay with any kind of feeling or thought that will materialize in your body and mind. So not only do you accept positive feelings, but you also accept any kinds of feelings of negativity like anger, anxiety, depression, emptiness. So you learn to sit with those feelings and be okay with them, and you become more patient as a result. And this technique has worked it's scientifically proven to work, and you can research on mindful meditation yourself if you're interested in this. But the same principle can be applied to social anxiety. What you do is you just let the feelings of anxiety pass through your body, and experience them by not suppressing them and not trying to make them go away. Because I'm sure a lot of you have tried trying to make those feelings go away by telling yourself, I'm gonna feel confident and I'm just gonna stop feeling anxious. And I'm pretty sure you had minimal to no results. I have experienced that myself. So anyway, not only do you allow feelings of anxiety to pass through your body and not suppress them, but you also start embracing those feelings and you start asking for more. It can sound pretty intense, but when you realize that that's the feelings of anxiety is all you fear, it's not the social situations, and then you become okay with the feelings of anxiety, that's really the best way to overcome it, is to embrace it and let yourself be and your body and mind be okay with those feelings. So try this technique out. It has worked for me, and I was seeing results immediately. One example is I was uh, at the peak of my social anxiety. I was never saying a word, and then once I learned about this technique, it actually kind of became funny to experiment with all kinds of social things that I wanted to experiment with, like asking some kind of a random question in a class just to see what happens, and then be okay with those feelings of anxiety, even if I felt anxious, and I was okay with it. Like I could see the results immediately, and I hope it works as well for you guys. And just let me know in the comments below if this technique has worked, or if you have any other ideas to add. That's pretty much it about the technique. I've also started a website called socialvlady.com. The link is below this video. And if you guys subscribe to my newsletter, I will send you weekly updates of me going out into the real world and putting myself in all kinds of social situations. I call them social encounters, and then talking about how I felt before, during, and after these kinds of social encounters. I'm also going to take one social technique, and implement it during those encounters, and I'm going to talk about how it has helped me during the social situation and what I can do to improve myself in future social encounters. By doing that, I hope to create sort of our own support group for people that want to overcome social anxiety and shyness, and also improve and make their social life better. I want to, because I know there's so much information out there about this kinds of stuff, but I never seen anybody who is shy like me actually going out into the real world and experimenting with all kinds of techniques. So I hope to help you guys see that it's actually possible to go out there and implement all kinds of techniques, including this one that I just talked about, and see if it works or doesn't, and then just just keep experimenting. And if you guys have any other ideas, you can email me back, and always I'm very open to feedback. So go ahead and subscribe to my newsletter at socialvladdy.com, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.